what we just shared too about the rainbow, it's interesting if you actually go, well, for those who are arrived in here for the first time, my name is Jeremy Palko, so if you weren't here earlier when I spoke, that's who I am. If you want to know more, talk to you later. But so, round two. What was just said about the books, or the rainbow, and how that applies to books. This Book is Gay has the rainbow colors on the cover. So, thinking, as a child, walking through a library, what would catch their eye? Well, indeed, it's the rainbow. And I think that is just, I don't know, that's just a really underhanded and abusive way to attract a child's attention, to draw them into the book, to open it, not even know what their eyes are landing on. And so I think it's something to realize just how, I guess I would say, planned it is. They know what they're doing. The idea that, we're ignorant to this, we had no idea that we're affected. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're trying to attract kids. They made the cover of the book colorful, and that is the book that has these boy on boy and girl on girl sketches in it. So just as an FYI. But I also wanted to talk about how we hear a lot about DEI, right? Diversity, right? Equity and inclusion. But really, the way it's practiced, this is what you should say back to them. In actuality, what it is discrimination, exclusion, and indoctrination. That's what DEI really is. And so I think when you hear it, that is not what they're doing. They're saying one thing and doing another. They have forked tongues, and it should disgust you if it doesn't already. So in terms of indoctrination, they may say, well, that's exactly what you want to do to your kids. You want to indoctrinate them with your beliefs, with your religion, with your faith. It's like, well, as a parent, guess what? That's my prerogative. I'm their parent. Wake up. So when you hear that, answer back. And of course, we want it to be respectful, right? Respect their opinion. They have a freedom to express too. I don't have a problem with that. It's when you try to ram it down our throats that I have a problem with that. And so it's one thing to note is that what indoctrination actually means, I put the definition down here so that we can all just be aware, is to teach a person or group to accept a set of beliefs uncritically. So we teach our children to think, because ultimately they got to spread their wings and go out on their own. So as a Christian, I don't want my children, anybody else's children, I teach Sunday school, I don't want them to believe it just because I believe it. I want them to believe it because they understand it to be true, right? That is the difference between teaching and indoctrination. When you teach them to think. When you indoctrinate, you force them to think your way. So just keep that in mind. But so the truth is that the wokies, they will claim, I call them wokies, I don't know, it seems to stick, but they claim tolerance and acceptance, but they actually crave affirmation, not just of their own group, but of everybody. It's like for some reason, they don't just want tolerance and acceptance, they want you to affirm them. They want you to say, yes, that's okay, yep, keep going, yes, please pollute my child's mind, this is a good thing to do, drag queen. No, so you have to actually realize that what they're saying and what they're doing, again, is two different things. So in terms of action and trying to feed this back to the school board on June 20th at 6 o'clock, there's going to be what we're calling a Jericho walk. Some of you people who are familiar with Joshua 6, 1-20. We're going to walk around 7 times. It's peaceful. It's prayerful. We're not there to cause a ruckus, but we are there to make a point. And the more people that show up, the more impact we'll make, because they're going on summer break after this.
What is it?
It is the Jericho Walk is going to be June 20th, 6 o'clock, 451 Park Street. And that's the actual, where the school board is. And yeah, they're the ones that have cut us off, deleted it, stopped it. So we're going to say, well, guess what? We're back again, and we're not going away. So we want to give them something to think about over the summer break. And I want them to wake up in a cold sweat at night thinking, oh my goodness, are they going to show up like that again? Right? This is the type of impact we got to make. We got to make them shake. We got to make them want to walk off the stage, right? Because that has happened. We have had them walk away because they don't like us in their gallery. So I'm fine with that. I want you to walk away. Actually, I want you to quit is what I want. And I want to get a good trustee in there. So in that, what I really want to see, and I've been in men's ministry, I've been in men's discipleship. I'm a guy. I'm a dad. I'm an uncle. Men need to be involved in this. It is disproportionately right now women. And I give the women a lot of credit. They get out there, and those mama bears make it happen, right? They make their voices heard. I love it. But we've got daddy bears who've got to get out there and do the exact same thing, right? So what I'm doing right now, guys, it is not rocket science. All you have to do is speak your heart and speak your mind and think in your head, these people are violating our children. That should be enough motivation for you to get out there and do something about it. So I definitely encourage you at your church, your place of worship, your pastor, your men's ministry leader, at your work, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, in the gym, tell the men to show up. They need to. It makes a difference. I guarantee you that. So then on that note, I'm going to read from the Great Commission because I think this is important, right? This is a big thing about authority. Who has the authority to declare who does what and when? As a Christian, people of faith, I understand. There's different faiths out there. I'm going to speak to you as a Christian personally. So the Great Commission, Matthew 28, 16 to 20. Now the 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain to which Jesus had directed them. And when they saw him, they worshipped him. But some doubted. But this is where it gets real. And Jesus, and relevant for us now. And Jesus came and said to them, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. So I'll just pause right there. Who has the authority? Jesus right here, right now, is claiming the authority. It is not Justin Trudeau. It is not Doug Ford. It is not Stephen Leche. It's not the school board. It's Jesus Christ himself. And I understand maybe that's not where you're at in your faith. It's where I'm at in my faith. And that spurs me to action. He is the authority. But these people are trying to usurp the authority from God our Creator. And that needs to stop. And the only way that stops is, guess what? Fulfill the Great Commission. So going on. So go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you always to the end of the age. Teaching them, right? Not indoctrinating them, but teaching them. Share the truth. Now, faith comes through hearing. So if you say it out loud, it's different. When you verbalize what you're thinking, what you're feeling, it teaches you as much as it teaches the other person, and it grows you up. Sanctification is a hard process, right? Growing up as a Christian, in your faith, going out there and actually stepping out. That's what faith is. You don't get all the instructions, all the motivation, and all the confidence before you go. That typically happens as you go or as you arrive on the spot, right? The best laid plans fall apart right as soon as the bullets start flying. So in faith, go out, step into the battle, get something done for real. And again, I'm really calling out definitely all the ladies and all the men to show up. And on June 20th, 6 o'clock, let's let them know we're here, we're not going away, and we would demand to be heard. Thank you.